And right now on DC News Now at 5, we're following breaking news out of Fairfax, Virginia, where a congressman's staff members were attacked with a baseball bat. We'll have live coverage of the latest.
We proudly, of course, in our city believe in second chances, but we also believe in accountability.
And fighting crime, D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser released new legislation. Will break down how she plans to get tough on crime. And later, we're stretching your dollar. Car insurance rates are on the rise. We'll have how you can save cash before you sign up. And breaking right now, Fairfax police said that a man assaulted two staff members of Virginia Congressman Jerry Connolly with a metal baseball bat. Thank you for joining us for DC News Now at 5. I'm Mark Hall. It happened earlier this morning at Connollys' office on Main Street in Fairfax. The suspect is now in police custody. DC News Now's Daniel Hamburg has been following this story for us. Daniel, was the congressman in the office at the time of the incident?
Well, Mark, the congressman was not here. He was not in the office today, but several of his staffers were. We want to get right to the video that we shot inside of where you can see some of the debris in that office. We know that police say that this man came into the office with a metal baseball bat. Apparently, Congressman Connolly released a statement this morning saying that that man asked for him before attacking two members of his staff. According to police, this happened again around 10:49 a.m. The U.S. Capitol Police is investigating as well. The man in question was arrested within 5 minutes of this attack. Police say that they were here within 3 minutes, and 2 minutes later, this man was arrested. His name, forgive my pronunciation, Chuan Ka Tran Pham, 49 years old, of Fairfax. Now, Fairfax City Police are not familiar with him, but we did look him up on some Virginia court dockets, and he does have a criminal history within the county. One police officer did sustain a minor injury and is receiving medical treatment. The two staffers who were hit in the upper body, both taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Here's what the public information officer said about the scared staffers inside that office.
When they were calling, they were hiding. So, you know, it's important for us as a police department when people are terrified for us to get there as quickly as possible to stop the threat.
Now, police do say that he is being held without bond for one count of felony aggravated malicious wounding and malicious wounding. He is in the Fairfax County Adult Detention Facility. We're live in Fairfax. Daniel Hamburg, DC News Now.
All right, Daniel, thank you. Taking a live look outside tonight where we had seasonably highs in the mid-upper 70s with some clouds moving through. The question is rain on the way. Let's head over now to meteorologist Scott Sumner, who's in for Damon tonight with a check on the forecast. And Scott, are we expecting any showers?
Not tonight, Mark, but yes, showers are going to be coming back into play here after this weekend's rain. Again, a lot of it's going to be on the lighter side, but nonetheless, let's enjoy what we have outside right now. 74 degrees, lots of sunshine there. Of course, you see the Kennedy Center there behind me, and of course, Reagan National behind the actual temperature. And we're seeing temperatures very similar, all bottlenecked into the 70s, whether you're in D.C. or southern Maryland, western Maryland, the eastern panhandle of West Virginia, or northern Virginia at that. And you see 72 at Manassas, Culpeper at 73. Fredericksburg also coming in at 73. Why is it so nice now? This area of high pressure is keeping these clouds and these showers that are down towards southern Virginia in place. And that's why we're seeing a fairly nice night. And we will see at least an early evening where we'll have plenty of clear skies. However, the back edge of these clouds that in portions of West Virginia will start to encroach the region as we go throughout the overnight and into tomorrow. So it's not going to be the best of Tuesdays and then rain soon to follow. But enjoy tonight. Don't rush ahead. You don't need the umbrellas out there tonight. 60s and 70s, 60s in the higher elevations, 70s elsewhere. It'll be dry and mild if you're walking Fido out there this evening. Now, as a breakdown shows you, we're in the 70s at 7 o'clock in D.C., in the 60s around the midnight hour, and then falling back into the 50s once we get towards the wee hours of the morning and really technically into early Tuesday. More details about Tuesday's forecast with your future tracker as well as the 7-day coming up.
All right, Scott, thank you. In the district, Mayor Muriel Bowser announced new legislation to get tough on crime. It comes less than a week after her crime summit. It also comes one day before her appearance before the U.S. House Oversight Committee. Our political and government reporter Leonard N. Fleming was at the news conference. And Leonard, the mayor and her police chief believe that this helps close some of the gaps that have led to crime spikes?
Yes, Mark, it comes at an important time when she makes an appearance before a skeptical House Oversight Committee that has already struck down D.C. legislation that the GOP Control Committee believes makes the district unsafe. Bowser, though, says this is about keeping the people she serves safe and not appeasing Congress.
There isn't one single solution to ending gun violence. Public safety is an all-day, everyday, community-wide effort. And the safety of our community is my top priority.
D.C. Mayor Muriel Bowser says Monday she wants to be tougher on crime. And she is sending a 17-page bill to City Council aimed at closing gaps in public safety. It comes the day before her public hearing in front of the U.S. House Oversight Committee.
We also have an obligation to protect those most vulnerable in our community.
The legislation increases penalties for illegal guns, protects the city's vulnerable and transit workers and riders, and gives judges more leeway to hold repeat offenders.
We proudly, of course, in our city believe in second chances, but we also believe in accountability.
And criminals must be held accountable, says Police Chief Robert Conti.
It is unacceptable to me that a 10-year-old little girl riding home with her mom, dad, and 2 siblings last night got caught in the middle of a barrage of gunfire on Mother's Day.
Republicans on the committee have accused the district, especially the council, for being soft on crime and recently struck down district laws to that effect. Bowser says this isn't about Congress.
We are experiencing a dangerous trend in some crimes in the city, not unlike cities in their own states or in their own districts. So we're going to be clear about what we're doing to address it.
The mayor told me that she expects some pushback from council, but she believes the new leadership would be more favorable to the Get Tough crime strategies in this bill. Bowser said she hopes that they address it before they go on summer recess in July. Reporting from the studio, Leonard N. Fleming, DC News Now, back to you.
All right, Leonard, thank you. Well, the mayor is preparing to testify before Congress about crime in the district. The House Oversight Committee hearing is set for tomorrow at 10 a.m., and she will be joined by outgoing D.C. Police Chief Robert Conti, City Administrator Kevin Donahoe, and U.S. Attorney Matt Graves. The GOP-led committee says that this hearing is about overdue oversight of the district, and they also expect to discuss homelessness and economic growth. Well, right now, violent crime is up 13% compared to this time last year, and that includes a 7% increase in homicides, 43% increase in sex abuse, and 18% increase in robberies. Meanwhile, property crime is up 29%, even with burglary down about 11%. However, motor vehicle theft is up a staggering 113% compared to last year. Thefts from vehicles specifically is up 6%, and all other thefts are up 23%. The D.C. police are still looking for the people responsible for a Sunday night shooting in Northeast that sent a 10-year-old girl to the hospital. It happened just before 9:30 on Hayes Street outside of an entrance to the Paradise at Parkside Apartments. Police said that the child was shot while she and her family drove through the area on their way home. Our Dave LaValle joins us from the scene. And Dave, do we know the latest condition of the child?
Mark, what we can tell you is that police say that the latest condition is that the young girl is still in critical condition. Other than that, there's really nothing new to report. However, what is new is that, as you can see over my shoulder, we're getting our first up-close look at some of the devastation from a frightening and wild night here on Hayes Street.
They hit 3 times.
Gregory Scott surveys the damage bullets caused to his home along Hayes Street in Northeast D.C.
There's the window right here. It came right here. and you look up there.
The bullets are among the estimated 50 fired by someone Sunday night near Scott's home. His is not the only one struck. Homes of several neighbors also show the scars of the attack. So does this SUV. However, Scott's thoughts are focused not on his and the other property damaged.
What's on my mind is the young girl who got shot in the car. That's the only thing on my mind.
A bullet struck a 10-year-old girl in her car while she and her family drove home along Hay Street. Police said her parents took her to a nearby fire station, which then transported her to the hospital. She is said to be in critical condition.
This is unacceptable, right? This behavior is unacceptable. To have individuals in our community indiscriminately firing at whoever that they're firing now at.
Police do not believe the gunman targeted the child or her family. That's little comfort for Scott.
A sleepless night, one of them sleepless nights.
Scott told us crime in this area has gotten so bad lately he no longer sleeps in the front bedroom of his house. Instead, he sleeps in the back bedroom. Meanwhile, Metro Police ask you call them if you have any information regarding this shooting. Live in Northeast, Dave Laval, DC News Now.
Dave, thank you. Happening now with travel season upon us. Fruit and vegetable growers in Washington County, Maryland are eager to greet customers, both locals and tourists. Meanwhile, the county government is promoting a business development plan to help roadside stands throughout the area. The plan is an effort to boost the ag business community, but also tourism. Local markets are thrilled with support.
We have people come by all the time traveling through, and there are some people that come from DC, Baltimore up to us because they know about us, and it's just one of the places that people love to stop by when they're in town.